Question. I feel I have a lot of resentment, anger buried deep in me towards family, friends, systems, and everything which keeps coming up on the surface. What can be done to cleanse this? It takes a toll on me, as most of the time I did not say anything and suppressed it, but it keeps coming on the surface. But this resentment is very much there in me and in everybody around me. Please guide, pranam, namaste. Listen carefully with all your energy, with absolute attention, all your vital spare energy. When you listen so, you will understand it rightly and you can end your this anger and resentment. These are the symptoms, but the real deep root cause is very, very deep. Until you understand this, the root cause, you cannot get rid of the symptoms. Swaswat, you understand it. This is not only your question, but most of majority are having similar, more or less situation. It's a very beautiful morning. Got up early morning at 5 and the summer sun came out and filled every corner of the earth with its bright light and its warmth. And from that point, from that warmth and energy and love, I'm speaking to you. Not only I'm answering you, but I'm answering all who are suffering and going through the similar situation like you. Anger and resentment is the expression of inner limited narrow life one leads. Anger is the expression of attachment. You live attached life, tremendous attached with material things. You attached with what you have purchased and you are purchasing, the process of purchasing, buying continuously material things You are tight with your family, continuously living in the attachment with family, attachment with your masters and gurus, attachments with your beliefs, your prejudices, attachment what you think is correct, should be correct, your judgments. You are living continuously in the shadow of attachment. And attachment always brings pain. Pain is the reaction of attachment. Anger is the expression of attachment because when you attach with something, that brings a very small, narrow space. You have no freedom because you are attached. How you can have freedom? So, with what you are attached, that influences you. For example, if you are attached, dependent on your house or your furniture or car or money, that will influence you at that level. You will become furniture, house, money. You will be that, what you are attaching, while you have having the attachment. Understand it. So, can you end your attachment with everything and be free? Then you can relate afresh. Your resentment and anger is deeply buried in your consciousness, and it comes up on the surface in certain situations. Surely it will come because you cannot suppress anything. You cannot bury deep down anything because it will become even more worse and severe. It will take the momentum, it will gather the momentum, it will become even more stronger. Suppression is the oldest methods man has been doing since thousands of years. And there are other methods which man used to deal with anger and resentment. Expression. Separation or expression, which is modern. Expression is that many your commercial guru and masters advocate that when you express, then you are free from your resentment, your anger. But it is not so, it is not true. They say that you shout 1 hour, show your suppression in the expression. Bring your suppression in expression. Then you do that. You shout. You say bad things and hatred, bad words to your family, your friend, which is suppressed. And you do this 45 minutes or 1 hour, your suppression with a certain music that provokes you to vomit your suppression. But after an hour, you get tired. And what you do, you repeat. Through repetition, your suppression become more stronger because it repeats in your so-called meditation of shouting. So if you do every day, through repeated, you strengthen the habit of resentment and anger. That's why you gather even more resentment, more anger, because you repeat it through expression. What you express, it also affect you. You don't think, because your so-called third quality meditations, which has made by third quality people who are equally having lots of resentment and anger, but they are showing in their face that they are an authority. They know and you don't know. They are enlightened, you are not enlightened. So they keep befooling you through their stupidity and nonsense, and you are repeating without understanding. Through shouting, nobody can get rid of his suppressed anger and resentment. It is not possible, because the moment you start expressing it through any means, it strengthens. It is very simple and logic to understand. For example, when you express your resentment, your anger in your family, you get angry with your mother or father or your friends, then they will also react with the same frequency with you, the same tools. They will also get resentment and anger because they are the same. So this chain will spread, not be end. Do you understand what I am talking? So what can be done? When you express it, it will spread and strengthen your habit, your structure of anger and resentment. It become more powerful. And tomorrow you will do even with more power, with more strength, you will have that habit. You will attack others with more resentment and anger. It is happening right now, you can see it. Why there are so many killings, murder? Because the chain goes on, spreads, and then the other person also answer in the same way, same level. When you hate somebody or get anger or hurt physically, the other person replies in the same way, even more strongly. And when you suppress it, it becomes a psychological problem. It can mirror in depression, self injuries. You can destroy yourself physically and mentally, self destruction. When you suppress, which is happening now, two factors are taking place at every moment, every moment, every minute. You don't watch the life. Two factors are taking place. These factors are suppression and expression at the same time, they are moving. When you suppress something, it expresses, it comes out on your face. In your words, you will say, you will taunt, you will speak sarcastically, you will speak in your words which contain hurts. It will come out. That suppression will take form of your words, which you can use very carefully, very lovingly, but it is still, the message will be from that suppression that will hurt. However, you can speak a very loving and cunning language, very coated, sweet language, but inside the message will be that poison of suppression. You understand? You cannot suppress it. It will come out on your surface, your face. You can see people, and it is called contradiction. You can see people, what they say, they don't mean it. When you say, I love, you don't mean it. Otherwise, you will change totally. If you really say with your whole heart, with your whole brain, with your whole mind, your whole body, your blood, that I love you, then that person will feel that. And you will feel it. Not only feel, but you both will change through that statement, because then there is no contradiction. But you don't mean it. You understand? You people say something, do totally differently, and think totally other thing. You say something, do totally opposite what you say, and you think totally another direction. You think differently, you show you differently on your face. Your words say something, but you feel opposite what you say. That is the contradictory life you lead. So that's why what you say, it spreads even more and destroy other people and you. You should go into it very deeply, what I am talking about right now. You people don't go. You have asked, what can be done to cleanse this? Can you clean now? Or you only listen and move on and continue your stupidity, your habits of suppression, resentment, anger. This is what you are trained for. You are trained, you're brainwashed for, and you are carrying this all structures in you. You don't want to cleanse. But you can cleanse all this mental garbage which you think you have suppressed deep down in you. Right now, while listening has such strength and capacity to burn down all deep down things immediately. But listening, you don't know. You listen through thought. Thought listens. Therefore, what is being said cannot go deep down where your anger, resentment is buried and can destroy that buried corpse, the corpse and dead bodies as resentment and anger and all these depressions can be burned down through listening. Listening can go very deeper. If you don't resist means that you are judging very much. Judging means you are brainwashed to choose good and bad according to your social system. Therefore, you miss every time the right listening. If you can listen, you are finished with your stuff, your buried stuff, deeply lying down in your cellar. You are finished with it forever. That is irrevocable. It will never come back. But it comes back because you listen partially. Listening means listening contains also attention. Listening contains also awareness, fully attention, fully observation, without any movements of thought. Listen without any movement of thought is direct listening. That listening is cleansing. You writes, you have written that it takes a toll on me as most of time I did not say anything and suppressed it, but it keeps coming on surface. You can see it is coming. It will come. What you are, it will express. You cannot hide it. And you are that. It is not that you are full of resentment and anger. You are anger. Your life is anger and resentment. The deep down causes are that you are leading a limited life, a life full of attachment. So end your attachment, and ending of attachment is the beginning of freedom. Only in freedom there is life that can touch you. The fresh air comes in. In attachment there is only pain and sorrow. You people are terribly attached with your family, with your children, with your grandchildren, And your whole life goes on these things: collecting, building house, working, getting married, producing children, ugly children like you, stupid children. They all children are beautiful from the beginning. They are not stupid. Well, you make them stupid. Through you give your stupidity further, your anger, resentment, buried stress. You all these viruses you put in them, so they become similar like you. And so you will die, but you will continue through your children, and these children will destroy continuous this earth, and they will produce the similar children full of all these viruses, and so this earth will continuously suffer throughout of your stupidity, your anger attachments, which you continuously pass on your next generations, your next grandchildren's and grandchildren's. You understand? You can, within in this field, you can do some other things. That's why you meditate. Your meditation, your becoming monk or sannyasis are the same thing. They don't change you. How they can change? You can take a spiritual name and put a braid on your neck, but this will continue. This is the superficial activity. But deep down, you don't work. It is hard work, but you are lazy. You are lazy people. You don't have passion to end up your attachment anger. You don't have the energy to end up it forever. You can end up immediately, because these things gather in time, but ending of these things does not need time. This you have to understand. If you don't understand it, then it will continue forever. To gather attachments, hatred, anger, all this stuff, you need time, and time is habit. But to end these things, do you need time? Because if you need time, then you will provoke these things more, because I just said time is needed for anger, for hate. But if you need time to end this anger, then it will be adding the anger, adding, strengthening it more. It is very clear, right? If the time takes, if time is the responsible for attachment, and it is, then how the time can end it? It cannot. So what can end is the timelessness state. Means that you can end it now, and now has no time. In no time is you can end. Otherwise it's not possible. If you don't understand, then you don't understand. If you understand what I'm saying, it is finished, it's ended. I can't give you the cheap pills, sleeping pills, because you already have taken so many sleeping pills. I have to tell you the real things, original. Because if I don't say, who will say? Who would say? Because everyone wants to exploit another person. Each of you wants to exploit, brainwash to each other. That's why the wrong teachings is there. As this master and guru industry is a multi-billion dollar industry. It is flowering. Every corner, these so-called jokers are mushrooming because it's a big industry. Without investment, you only have to follow. They have to gather thousands and millions of followers who brings enormous money. And these so-called gurus and sadgurus who are not only retarded but extremely spiritual criminals use your money. They buy expensive cars and build thousands of acres of lands and build big statues to influence you and pursue day and night many programs of yogas, meditations, group therapies, that laughing, dancing, and all this business goes on. This is spiritual business, and they suggest continuously what you should eat, what you should not eat, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, and what is right, what is not right. They are brainwashing you continuously. These are the product of ignorance of your life. You have created them and they are giving you wrong teaching. So the humanity is going in a wrong direction. The suffering right now is so highly level that there is no future of mankind if it goes in this way. The man has gone since the very beginning on the wrong path, on the wrong road, the wrong direction, the wrong teaching. And it has all poisoned your brains, and it has made difficult to live on this beautiful planet. All people are suffering tremendously, and politicians, industries, prominent people, mega super rich people also destroyed your life. They have gathered enormous power through money, through political power, through being famous. They all push you down. And these gurus also push you down. These masters destroy you because they gather tremendous power. And from that power, they push you down. They go with a big car, and you, a poor person, just watch this car, and you think that one day I will also become a guru like him, and I will also buy a Mercedes and Rolls Royce, and I will also behave like him. So they always putting enormous pressure on you through showing you their wealth, their cars, their distance. If you want to meet them, their secretary, bodyguards will say you he has no time, he's sleeping, he can't meet you. So you can only see him on television and YouTube answering his stupidity, stupid questions and stupid answers, and he's influencing. And people, crazy people are so gullible everywhere in the world, so uneducated that they listen such retarded master and sadgurus. I don't know why they call themselves sadgurus, they are criminals. And you support them through your brainwash because you have that resentment and anger. That's why you are also corrupt, because a person who has anger, resentment is corrupt. Love is whole. Love is not corrupt. If you love, it is whole. And if there is love, then the false gurus cannot stay. Their ground is gone, They will die. Because in the light of love, they will die. In the light of resentment, anger, hatred, depression, they will mushroom and flower and give their poisonous teaching further. So you have to change. Few people have to change immediately because the earth is in a very critical situation. Humanity has no future. Only at psychological level you have to change. Your whole mind should be changed. Your whole brain should be changed. And that change is the cleansing. You have asked what can be done to cleanse this. What you can do? You can do immediately. Seeing this is dangerous, put aside. You are free. Don't attach to anything. Live very simply what life is, what life brings to you. And when you are anger and resentment, when you are feeling it, just stay with these feelings. Watch without the watcher. Feel it deep down and let it work in you. And if you don't touch it, when you don't touch your anger, what will happen? When you don't give any direction to your anger. What I mean by direction, you always try to do something with anger. That is the strengthening anger. You don't have to do anything, because doing is anger itself. Because who will do it? You, who are already in anger. And when you do, the anger will increase because you are anger. And when you do, anger will increase because anger you are. Why don't you understand it? So doing is finished. Don't do. The moment when you don't do, anger is left alone and it will die because it is left alone. It is like a tree is left alone. There's no water, no sun, nothing. It will dry up and fall down and its roots will die, But you will not understand what I'm talking. It is very deep. You can only understand if I say meditate on anger. Follow your guru and believe in God, in your Babas, your Satya Sai Babas, or your all these stupid people you have imagined they are the saviors, but they are not. They are greedy and fearful like you. More greedy. A guru is more greedy than you. That's why he has become guru. To gather the money. Because to become an industrialist or businessman, you need a struggle because there are lots of people struggling to become rich. You have to sell your product, do advertisement. It's a big competition. But to become guru costs nothing. To become a master becomes just you have to repeat the words from the book, holy books or Vedas or what has said by another guru. Just repeat and just mix Western and Eastern philosophy, mixed it and serve it as a new dish, as a new wine in this old bottle. And people are such in sleep, they will just buy your dish, they will give the money. So, you understand this structure, how it goes. So, you understand only such third quality things. What I am talking is a very deep, and you don't have that intelligence to understand what I am talking. That's why you don't understand. That's why humanity has not understood Buddha. They have understood commercial gurus who say they are Buddha, they are enlightened. They are but criminals, spiritual criminals. It doesn't matter. They can talk and write thousands of books and can collect thousands of acres, ashrams, land, and hundreds and thousands of big expensive cars and gold and diamonds and watches. They collect these gurus. Still you are so blind that you don't leave them. You have attachment with their photos, with their meditation, with their all this nonsense. There is no teaching. They are self-cult, self-appointed, enlightened people, but they are dangerous. So you only understand them. That's why you don't apply what I'm saying. You can't apply the original teaching, because to apply original teaching you have to work hard. And why it is work hard? Because in this work there is no effort, there is no sadhana, such nonsense. All this word sadhana is a wrong word. I will tell you once why it is wrong word. Not right now. So, hard work is that you have to live moment to moment without attachment. With enormous attention you have to pay on your habits. Then its cleansing is there. Cleansing is there immediately. You are free. Put it on reality, on apply now, not tomorrow. Apply right now when you are listening. Listen it now. Your another question you have asked, what is the ending of suffering, which I will answer you next. There are questions. Also, Shana sent me one from the mother of Shwashwat, which I will answer in July because I don't have time this month. But this, what I am responding, if you can listen, in this response, everything is there. Everything is there. The diamonds, you can hold these diamonds, you can get it, but you always pick up the stones, because you don't want to hold the diamonds, because you are got habit to hold the stones. You got attachment with the stones, so you hold tightly the stones. And when you see the diamonds, your habit of holding stones prevents to pick up the diamonds, And be free from attachment, then you are free from anger and resentment. And family, friends are in the similar position as you are. So don't blame them. If you blame your family, your friends, then you will be continuing your anger and your resentment. It will never end. Why? Because they are also the product of this stuff as you are. They are made of the same material as you are. Your brain, your habits, your mind, containing the same material as your family and your friends. They are not different than you, so how you can blame them? Same material. They can't do anything. What you can do, that you can change and cleanse yourself. Let the cleansing begin now, right now. And end your attachment. Ending of attachment is the beginning of love. Love that cleansed everything. Without love, you are dead entity. Find out, why don't you love? Love should come, and it can only come when attachment is gone. Two things cannot be together. So long you are attached, you can use love. The attachment uses love. It uses the name of love. Attachment always say, I love you. I will always be with you. I will eternally love you. I can die for you. It is the language of attachment. Let this attachment go, let go forever through watching, being attentive to the activities of attachment. Being attentive, fully attentive, not partially, to the activities of attachment. Attachment dries up and gone and died, and the love takes place, because love needs tremendous space, and that space is covered by attachment. That's why love cannot take place. Where there is love, there is no attachment. Namaste.